The story begins with Ed's family during their vacation in Bali. Before heading to the beach, Ed wanted to teach his daughter, Cassidy, how to swim. Everything seemed fine at first, but then Cassidy asked, "Dad, why are you pushing me from the bottom?" Ed was confused. He wasn't touching her. She repeated the same thing over and over. That's when Ed realized something was actually moving beneath them. He calmly told Cassidy to swim up. Hearing Cassidy's trembling voice, Ed's wife, Nancy, ran outside and saw a terrifying scene. Both of them were screaming for help. Ed pushed Cassidy up onto the deck, saving her. But when Ed tried to climb out, something dragged him down. Nancy held on, but whatever was underwater was too strong. In the end, all she was left holding was Ed's bloody heel. Everything ended in seconds. For a 9-year-old child, witnessing her father's death that was traumatic. Cassidy suffered a severe emotional breakdown. Years passed. Cassidy eventually got married, but the memories still haunted her. The same scene replayed in her nightmares. She lived in constant fear and anxiety. Now, her troubles are about to resurface because she has returned to Bali, the very place where it all happened. This time, she is accompanied by her husband, Glek, who works in the art department of the British Museum. He has been sent to Bali for a project to search underwater for a legendary treasure. Years ago, the Prince of Bali ordered a ship to be sunk to protect it from pirates. The treasure has been hidden ever since. Glek knows what happened to Cassidy's father, so he gently tells her that she can stay at the hotel if it's too painful. But Cassidy is strong. She refuses to run away from her past. However, the moment she steps outside, the memories flood back. The things we want to forget always seem to return. Meanwhile, Glek meets Binos, the man who will provide the boat for their underwater search. Glek asks if 2 of his friends can join the expedition. Binos agrees and introduces his assistant, a quiet local diver. And so, their journey begins, though none of them realize where it will lead. The scene shifts to Sammy, Cassidy's grandfather, now a professor at Harvard University. He tells his students about a mysterious island he once visited. He recalls reaching out to touch a beautiful flower, only for his captain to stop him, saying, "What looks beautiful is not always safe. Beauty often hides danger. Seek happiness, not appearances." Back at sea, another group enters the story. A gang led by Jordan is also searching for the same sunken treasure. While traveling, they encounter pirates and immediately open fire. Jordan and his men kill them, take their weapons, and find a strange device sealed in a plastic bag, something far more advanced than pirates should possess. Meanwhile, on the research ship, Cassidy and her friends are enjoying music when she gets a call from her grandfather. Sammy says he's not calling out of worry. He's calling because this might be the last time they are able to speak. Cassidy is confused and insists they aren't going into deep waters. But the connection cuts off suddenly. Cassidy grows uneasy, especially since Glek had already assured her they wouldn't dive too deep. She then notices a large metal diving cage being opened. Frightened, she asks Glek, "You said you weren't fishing. Then what is that for?" Bino steps in and explains calmly, "It's used for tourists who want to observe marine life up close. We're not using it today." Cassidy feels embarrassed and apologizes, but fear is still clear on her face. She remembers her grandfather's words. "The more you run from fear, the more it will chase you. Face it and you defeat it." With renewed courage, Cassidy tells Glek, "I'll dive with you." Glek is surprised. This is the same ocean where the worst day of her life occurred, but he admires her bravery and agrees. Soon, the group prepares to dive. Cassidy, Glek, and their friends, Syra and Priya. Binos remains on the boat to monitor them. One by one, they descend into the deep. When they reach the ocean floor, the group discovers an old World War II shipwreck with a truck resting on top of it. They take pictures and enjoy the moment. But suddenly, a great white shark appears and launches a violent attack. Cassidy and Glek quickly swim inside the ship for safety, but Priya is caught outside. The shark takes advantage and bites off half his leg. The others rush to pull him up, while the shark circles dangerously close. It nearly reaches Cassidy, but Glek manages to pull her to safety just in time. When Priya is brought onto the boat, everyone is horrified by his condition. The local diver says that only one creature in this area is capable of such an attack, something many have searched for, but no one has ever caught. Priya is losing blood rapidly, so they decide to rush him to the hospital. Just then, Benos spots another boat approaching, strong, heavily equipped. He hopes they can help. But the boat belongs to Jordan and his crew, who are also searching for the same treasure. Jordan activates a tracking device and realizes the treasure may be right beneath Benos' boat. Benos begs for medical help for Priya. Jordan boards and looks at his injuries. He says saving him will be nearly impossible and reveals a scar from a similar attack, proof of his own past encounter. Then he refuses to help. Benos tells him to leave, realizing Jordan only wants the treasure. But Jordan notices the diving cage on the boat. His attitude changes immediately. He wants the cage at any cost. He orders his men to throw everyone overboard. Cassidy steps forward to stop him. Jordan points a gun at her, but she stands her ground. Cassidy tells him that the treasure he wants isn't in the cage, but below the boat, and to reach it, he'll need her knowledge. Jordan, desperate, agrees and lowers Cassidy into the water inside the cage. He tells her they'll pull her up in 45 minutes, since they have no radio to track time. Gleck is terrified. He knows Cassidy has always feared the ocean. But Cassidy silently repeats her grandfather's lesson. If you panic, everything is lost. Stay calm, and you will survive. When she reaches the bottom, two great white sharks appear and circle the cage. Cassidy knows from her research that sharks lose interest after a while if the prey remains still. After several tense minutes, the sharks back away. Cassidy slowly exits the cage, but fear is still written on her face. Meanwhile, above, Gleck secretly slips some gold coins into Benos' pocket so Jordan won't notice their discovery. But suddenly, a massive roar is heard from underwater. An even larger, more terrifying shark has arrived. Gleck begs Jordan to pull Cassidy up immediately, but Jordan refuses until his goal is achieved. Below, Cassidy ties the treasure bags together, but the shark suddenly charges the cage, slamming it violently. Gleck hears the sound and pleads again. Finally, Jordan agrees and begins pulling Cassidy up. But the shark attacks the rope, causing the bags to fall back into the depths. When Cassidy surfaces, she warns them about the giant shark. But Jordan only cares about the treasure. He orders her to go back down. One of Jordan's men dives instead, but the shark pulls him under and kills him in seconds, turning the water red. Gleck tries to grab Jordan's gun, but Jordan shoots him and throws him into the sea. Gleck sinks beneath the waves as Cassidy watches, reliving her father's death all over again. Another crew member jumps in to help. He too is killed by the shark. Now Cassidy and Syra are the only survivors on the boat. Cassidy shows Jordan a gold coin she retrieved underwater. Jordan immediately changes his strategy. He demands they dive again and bring up all the treasure, promising to let them go afterward. Meanwhile, Gleck, still alive, manages to swim toward a nearby pirate boat and finds a gun. Cassidy begins to notice that Jordan is hiding something. When she confronts him, Jordan breaks down and reveals that he was once in the U.S. Navy. Before he can say more, his men inform him that the Coast Guard has arrived. Jordan refuses to surrender and kills the guards in a sudden gunfight. An explosion injures his assistant, and Benos tries to help him. Jordan declares that once he gets the treasure, he will kill everyone. Benos attacks Jordan in anger, but Jordan shoots him and knocks him unconscious. Meanwhile, Cassidy and Syra go underwater again. This time, they drift too far. Cassidy tells Syra they should swim toward open water to find help. But a shark appears. Cassidy whispers for Syra to stay still. But fear takes over, and Syra panics. The shark strikes instantly. Cassidy, however, stays perfectly still. The shark loses interest and swims away. Cassidy returns to the boat and tells Jordan, "If you want the treasure, get it yourself." Jordan snaps, but Gleck arrives with a gun and kills Jordan's last crew member. Jordan turns to kill Cassidy, but Gleck strikes him. Cassidy grabs Jordan's fallen gun, fueled by anger and survival. She shoots him and pushes him into the sea. In seconds, a shark rises from the depths and devours him. They discover Benos is still alive and quickly help him onto the boat. The remaining survivors leave the scene quietly, just as they had arrived. In the end, only bodies remain scattered across the ocean. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.